All right, so today we're jumping into a super popular fitness guide that lays out a complete, full-body workout you can do without leaving your house. Let's dig in and see what it's all about.
You've probably heard this a million times, right? It's this idea that to really build a strong body, you've got to have a gym membership. It's a huge myth in the fitness world.
Well, the guide we're looking at today says, no way. It's all about proving you can build an incredible body with zero equipment right from your living room. So how exactly do they say to do it?
Okay, so it all kicks off with the foundation. Before you even think about a single push-up or lunge, there's one step this guide says is absolutely non-negotiable if you want the best results.
Yeah, the warm-up. The source is super clear on this. If you skip it, you're just leaving muscle gains on the table. And the go-to exercise to get started? Good old-fashioned jumping jacks.
And you don't need a lot of time, just one continuous minute of jumping jacks. That's it. It's enough to get your blood pumping and your body totally primed for what's next. All right, so the body's warm, we're ready to go. First up, we're hitting the legs. Now what's really interesting here is the why. The guide's logic is that working your legs actually boosts testosterone, which then helps with muscle growth all over your body. And the weapon of choice is the forward lunge. And the plan here is simple, but don't let that fool you. It is intense. It's just one set of forward lunges, but the goal is to do as many reps as you possibly can. And hey, if you want an extra challenge, the guide suggests grabbing some weight or even just wearing a heavy backpack. Okay, lower body is fired up. Now we're moving on to the upper body. The plan here is pretty systematic, starting with the chest. When it comes to the chest, the guide says you just can't beat the push-up, but not just any push-up. We're talking about pause push-ups, which are designed to really speed up that chest muscle growth. So what's the big deal? Well, with a standard push-up, it's just continuous motion, right? Up and down. But with a pause push-up, you go down, you hold it for a second at the very bottom, and then you explode back up. The guide points out that this tiny little tweak actually makes a huge difference in building those muscle fibers. So for the workout itself, you're going to do one set of 15 of those pause push-ups. And then, right after that, we're going to hit the triceps with triceps dips. You can do these on any chair, a bench, even the edge of your bed works. And again, just one set of 15 reps. All right, moving on to biceps and back. For biceps, the guide recommends curls, which, you can do with dumbbells or really any heavy thing you have lying around the house. The real key here, they say, is to do them with a slow, controlled movement. That's what really engages the muscle. Then, to build a wider back, the plan calls for inverted rows. So for this part, you'll do one set of 20 bicep curls. Then, for that back workout, you'll do one set of 20 inverted rows. And if you're wondering how to do those at home, it's actually pretty clever. You can lie under a sturdy table, grab the edge, and just pull your chest up towards it. You really want to squeeze those back muscles at the top. And to wrap up the upper body, we're hitting the shoulders. This is what gives you that broad, powerful look. The plan uses a two-pronged attack: pike push-ups to work the front of the shoulder, and then lateral raises, again, using whatever weight you've got to build that width. All right, now for the part of the workout that everyone seems to be obsessed with. The core. This section also gets into a really important point the source makes about what it actually takes to see those abs. So, the ab workout is a 1-2 punch. First up, seated leg raises. And trust me, these are way harder than they look. Then, you're going to get down on the floor for some mountain climbers to really set that core on fire. But here comes the reality check. And this is a crucial point from the source. You can do crunches and leg raises all day long, but you are not going to see a six-pack until you lower your overall body fat. The workout absolutely helps, but it's not the whole story. So, to tackle that fat loss side of things, the video we're analyzing actually brings up a specific supplement. Now, it's really important to say, this info comes directly from them. They talk about it as a tool with natural ingredients like fenugreek and green coffee to help with the process. And according to the guide, the benefits they claim for this supplement are pretty extensive. Speeding up fat loss, cutting down your appetite, giving you an energy boost, and even improving your metabolism. Again, we're just laying out the claims exactly as they're presented in the source material. Okay, so we have all the exercises laid out, but just doing them is only half the battle, right? Now we need the rules, the how-to, for turning this workout into real, visible results. First up, there's one last quick exercise to round out the whole circuit: reverse grip curls. This one targets your forearms, which helps with grip strength and gives you that complete, well-developed look. Okay, now listen up, because this might be the single most important rule in the entire guide. The source is very, very clear.
do not do this workout every single day. Your muscles need time off to recover and actually grow. The schedule is super simple. You work out one day, you rest the next. Just stick to alternate days.
And finally, the last rule, but maybe the most critical piece of this whole puzzle, is your diet. The source makes it crystal clear. You cannot out-train a bad diet. What you eat is every bit as important as how you exercise if you're serious about building the body you want.
So there you have it, the complete blueprint from this guide for building a strong body without ever setting foot in a gym. We've gone over the plan, the principles, the rules. The real question this leaves us with is, does a plan like this change how we think about whether a gym membership is truly necessary?